Most people think the way to stop overthinking is to somehow force their minds to become quiet. But have you ever noticed how poorly that works? The more you tell yourself to stop thinking, the more aware you become of the thoughts you're trying to stop. A good friend of mine, Daryl Meyer Hall, taught me an exercise a few days ago that I've been using all week, and it's really helped. It's simple, practical, and surprisingly effective. I call it the 5 4 3 2 1 method. What I love about this exercise is that it doesn't require you to fight your thoughts. It simply redirects your attention. When we're anxious, worried, replaying conversations, imagining future problems, or reliving old events, our attention becomes trapped inside our overthinking. We stop noticing what's happening around us. We become absorbed in mental movies. The 5 4 3 2 1 method helps bring us back into the now. And here's how it works. Start with the number 5. Look around you and identify 5 things you can see. Try to think of things that you wouldn't normally see. Not quickly, really notice them. Maybe it's a lamp, a tree trunk, outside the window, a bird, a coffee cup, a picture frame, or even the texture of something. Then, number 4, identify 4 things you can physically feel. This is fairly easy because you can always feel your breath. You can feel your hands on your legs or on the sofa, the back of your legs on the couch, your feet in your socks, the fabric of your shirt, the support of the chair beneath you, the temperature of the room. Bring your attention into physical sensations. Next comes 3. Listen for 3 sounds. Maybe you hear a fan running, birds outside, distant traffic, or your own breathing. Then move to 2, identifying 2 things you can smell. This might be a little bit more difficult. And when I don't have the second thing to smell, because I could sometimes smell whatever's in the room, I just lift my hand to my nose and whatever my hand smells like in that moment, lotion, sweat, whatever, that's my second one. And then finally, you find one thing that you can taste. Maybe it's coffee, gum, toothpaste, or simply the taste already present in your mouth. Bad breath when you first get up. By the time most people reach one, by the time most people reach one, something shifted. The mental chatter is softer, the racing thoughts have slowed down, the emotional intensity often decreases. So what happened? You didn't force your thoughts to disappear, you simply moved your attention. Your awareness returned to the present moment. Anxiety feeds on imagined futures. Rumination feeds on remembered pasts, but your senses only exist right here, right now. You can't see yesterday. You can't hear tomorrow. You can only experience this moment. That's why this exercise is so powerful. It gently guides attention back into direct experience. For me, there's often a kind of zeroing out effect. I've been teaching that zeroing out, trying to get out of the brain, out of the mayhem of the brain. This is very similar. It's as if the mental noise loses its fuel source. The room feels more real. Life feels more immediate. And I stop living entirely inside my thoughts. One thing I especially appreciate about the exercise is that you can use it almost anywhere. You can use it in a waiting room before an important meeting, while taking a walk, standing in a line, or even while driving. In fact, when you're driving, it can increase awareness because you're paying more attention to what's actually happening around you rather than disappearing into thought. Now, this isn't a cure for every problem. Sometimes we need to solve problems and make decisions, but many of us spend enormous amounts of time thinking without actually solving anything. We're replaying, predicting, worrying, and arguing with ourselves. This exercise, 1 2 3 4 5 or 5 4 3 2 1, interrupts that loop. The next time you catch yourself trapped in overthinking, just try it. 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. You may discover that peace isn't something you have to create. Sometimes it's simply what remains when your attention comes back to where you already are.